everybody, this is Josh Ellsworth with STAHLS, and I'm excited to have you in today's class all about screen printed transfers. Today, I'm going to explain the basics of screen printed transfers, how you can make money with them and leverage them in a t-shirt business, and why this is the easiest method to get started if you're just beginning with a heat press. Perhaps you've owned a heat press for a while and have done vinyl cutting applications. That's a common way to get started with a craft cutter and cutting heat transfer vinyl. Well, you're going to love screen printed transfers because it's going to make your job easier on higher volume runs. You can take larger orders without having to do direct screen printing or contract it out. You can control all of that in-house. And here at STAHLS, we have a division called STAHLS Transfer Express that specializes in manufacturing screen printed transfers. Actually, we're the world's #1 manufacturer of screen printed transfers with a lot of different ink formulas for you to choose from. But we're going to get into all that. We're going to start with the basics, and as we're going through today, we have about 30 minutes together. If you have any questions, please type those in, and we'll make sure that we answer them live through the chat. We have a lot of content to get through, so I'm going to try to stay on track, stay on the course to teach you as much as possible that we can in our time together. So let's start with what screen printed transfers are. Screen printed transfers are actually screen printing onto paper. And so you would be able to order these transfers from transferexpress.com, and I'm going to show you the designer and how to order those and design this in a moment. But basically, you create your design and you say, I want 25 of these or 50 of these or 75 of these. Transfer Express actually takes screen printing machines. Instead of screen printing direct to the apparel, they're going to screen print onto a paper with the ink formula of your choice, and we'll go over the selection options, onto this sheet, and you receive it in ready to heat press onto your garment. The particular formula that I have here in this particular sample is called Hot Split. It's one of the transfer formulas. It's super soft, so you see it used in this vintage design. But you'll notice something else. You'll notice multiple logos ganged up, and that's one of the big advantages to you as an apparel decorator. When you are out there selling to a customer and they want a t-shirt design, why not add extra print locations to that t-shirt that you're decorating? It's going to generate more revenue. And with screen printed transfers, if you can design smartly on this 11¼ by 14-inch sheet, often you can fit additional logo placements for other locations on the garment or complete other shirts, and we'll show you that here today. Before we get too far into ink formulas, I'm going to go to transferexpress.com, and at the end of this, and I'm just going to show it to you now because you're going to want it, we have a special offer for you to go to the website and get free samples. So I'm going to pull up the link for that now so you can check that out. You can see it on the page there. That is the link. You're going to want to jot that down and visit it because that's where you're going to be able to request your free sample pack. So the link will take you to our sample page, and I'll just navigate there so you can see it, the marketing tools area. And we'll scroll down, and you can see we have this free samples area. That link's going to navigate you directly there so you can request your free mini sample set. So if you already have your heat press, this is going to be the best way to get started with screen printed transfer so you can try it and feel it yourself after you apply it. You'll receive this pack, has a nice collection of samples that you can heat apply with all the instructions. After you're able to try that, you're going to want to purchase a marketing kit, which is what I'm going to be working from today, that has a bigger selection of samples that's available to you, and you can purchase the marketing kit directly from the website as well if you decide you want to jump straight there, and it's $49 for the marketing kit. And we have a video that kind of outlines everything that's in it. So I wanted to get that out of the way. There's an easy path for you to get started if you like what you're seeing in this class. But the Transfer Express experience is really nice because if you need help with creating cool artwork, Transfer Express has something called the Design Center. It's called Easy View that will allow you to start creating from layouts that we've already established. And so this particular catalog has thousands of layouts and thousands of pieces of clip art, and you can bring your own artwork in. So whether you want to design from our layouts on transferexpress.com, whether you want to upload a customer logo, it's all possible to get with screen printed transfers. And the cool thing is you don't even have to have a vector logo. Transfer Express will do the work for you. You can bring a JPEG, a bitmap, a PNG file, whatever you want into the system. It's easy. But let's start with our Easy Prints layouts. I'm going to recreate the vintage design that I just showed you. So I have a guide that tells me what layout number that is, so I'm just going to search for it. It's QAL-463, and in the marketing kit you'll get a booklet that shows all the layouts. You can actually share them with your customer, but I'm going to drop that onto the screen. So you can see it drops a layout into my Design Center. Now the Design Center is simple. It's a live editor, so anything I click on in the Design Center, it's going to give me the options to edit the attributes of it on the left-hand side of the design screen. I usually like to work from the left to the right, update my design, and then the right-hand side of the screen is going to be all the detail on ink formula, pricing, etc. But let's start by getting our design right. So I'm going to change this text to say vintage to match the design that we're trying to recreate. You can customize it to be whatever's relevant to your customer. In this case, we're going to click on this piece of text, and we're going to change that to 1983. And then even the clip art elements you can replace. So if you select the clip art, it will tell you this is the particular clip art that's been selected. I can replace the clip art with either custom clip art that I may want to upload or clip art from the stock library. I'll search for the search term that I want to pull up clip art for and select this particular piece of clip art. It will swap out the design for me. I must have did something incorrect. Let me try that again. There we go. And it'll swap it out for me, and then I can reposition it, kind of drag and move it around the screen however I see fit. Now, with the screen printing process, you'll see this is all designed in black right now. And we do have to burn a screen for each color. So how cost is dictated is how many you order and how many colors are in the design when you're dealing with the traditional screen print finishes like we're working with here. I do want this to be a two-color design, so I'm going to select the outermost background, the stars with the circle there. And I'm going to go down to my color option, click on that, and you'll see all of the colors that are available in the system. And the cool thing is in the marketing kit, you will get a little color swatch booklet that will show you physical renderings of all the colors, similar to if you're using heat transfer vinyl, you reference a color swatch book. I'm going to select the burnt orange, and then we have our design here. Now, at any time, I can resize the design. As I mentioned early on, one of the goals is to fit as many up on a sheet that we can to be able to save cost. And so let's just say I had an adult size of this, which would be 9 by 8.5. I can make a copy of that, and I can size it down maybe to do a small print size that could be for a tote bag or something similar. I want to use all this real estate on the page, and as long as I'm designing from within the color palettes, the colors that I'm using in burnt orange and black, I can even drop other jobs on the same page. So for instance, if I knew I had another client that I wanted to make a sales call to or I had a potential job for, let's just say it's the Lions, to keep it simple, right? It's a school and a mascot. I can search that. I can drop pieces of clip art onto the screen and use up all of the real estate that's available. So we really encourage you, this is called gang sheeting, we encourage you to use all of the real estate on the page. But create your design, tons of layouts to pick from. I'll walk you through some of the other layouts here in a moment. I want to give you the very high level. If you just want to drop some text in here because you want to put your company name, I'll just put Josh's Tees. We'll do a fictitious company name. Of course, you can change all of the fonts available. There are fonts preloaded in the system. Size it and just use this all, knowing you want to leave enough space for you to cut them apart when they come in. So you get the concept here. Once you complete your layout, then I'm going to go over to the right side of the artboard. You can see I have screen print selected as the print method, and these are our transfer formulas. So we have tons of education on the website that walk you through the different ink formulas. I'm going to give you the very high level to make it simple. Goof Proof is our most popular ink formula. It has what's called really good opacity, which means the colors stay true even when you're applying to a dark colored shirt. It presses up at 365 degrees for 3 to 5 seconds. You can drop it as low as 340 for 10 seconds, but it's a hotter temp, so you probably won't want to use it on heat-sensitive fabrics, but it's a great all-purpose formula. Now, some people say, I wish I had something a little bit softer, and so we have a similar formula to Goof Proof, but without the extra adhesive backing called Hot Split. It's a lot softer on the garment. That's the one I'm going to apply for you momentarily here that this has been created from. That's a very popular ink formula as well. And then the other ink formula, which I will apply today, is called Elasti Prints. Those are kind of your three core formulas. ElastiPrints is our lower temperature application formula. It has a little different feel and finish to it, but if you're decorating a heat-sensitive fabric, doing a lot of athletic apparel, performance wear, ElastiPrints presses down at 300 degrees. It's going to be a great fit. So if you understand goof-proof, all-purpose, hot split, soft on cotton, still a higher temp, and ElastiPrints for performance fabrics, you'll be covered. Let's select hot split for this particular job. From there, I just navigate. Say I'm going to apply this to a 100% cotton t-shirt. Don't want you to cut apart the designs for me, Transfer Express. I can do that myself with scissors. Select my background color. I'm going to apply this to a powder blue. Also changes the background so I can get a nice visual representation of it. And then enter the image quantity. How many sheets do you want? And so in this case, let's say we want to order 75 sheets for the job. It'll automatically populate a price for me of $222 for those 75 transfers. Now keep in mind, depending on how you gang sheet, I may be having $3 in cost per sheet, but that's spread out across decorating multiple garments and multiple placements. So you can see here price changes based on quantity. Right now I'm at about $3 a sheet. If I go up to 100, you can see my price drops to $2.67 a sheet there. So that gives you a concept of how it floats on the price when you go up in quantity. Likewise, just for kicks, let me change this orange color back to black just to show you how it changes. It's $2.67 a sheet now. If I drop it down to a one color, it drops all the way down to $1.58 a sheet. So that just gives you an idea of how you can get the best possible price depending on what your customer wants. But the benefit of screen printed transfers is once you place this order and it comes to you, it's going to come in your gang sheet. All of your colors are on a single layer, so there's no layering involved, there's no weeding involved. You can see we have that distressed effect on this. And then I'm going to just head over to the heat press, cut it apart, and show you how this applies. So let's head over there. So we're going to start by just trimming apart the transfer sheet. In this case, we have a couple different smaller logos, and then we have the primary logo. Going to trim those apart, whether I use them now or later. They're fine as long as you store them in proper conditions, meaning you don't want them in extreme heat, extreme humidity, or extreme cold. Then I'm going to take my t-shirt, and if you've never pressed a screen printed transfer before, it's really easy. You're going to be surprised at how easy it is. You just lay your t-shirt on, or in this case, I'm using our Hotronix Fusion heat press, which gives me the ability to what's called thread my t-shirt to get it down to a single layer, which means I really get good accuracy and a flat print surface to get accurate pressure. I'm going to start with the preheat. We always recommend that. Hot split applies at 365 degrees for 10 seconds. I just did a 4-second preheat to remove the moisture out of the shirt. And then I'm going to position my design. Now, we have a grid line here to help you. I always recommend knowing where your design is in reference to the top of the sheet. That's going to make a big difference. And then I'll position it. And then the nice thing is, if you have it square, you should be able to see equal distance on both sides of the sheet. It's really nice, quick, easy to position. No cover sheet is needed on this at all, so you don't have to worry about cover sheets at all. And then the one thing I want to point out while I'm here is we have this application guide that comes in the marketing kit. So this gives you every ink formula in the application instructions as well. So you can peel this off, it's a wall graphic, and position it by your heat press so you always remember the application instructions. So this is hot split, 365 degrees, 10 seconds at a medium pressure, which is a 7, so it's actually borderline on the firmer side. I'm at an 8 pressure, so that'll be fine. Open it up, and like the name implies, you peel it hot. It's called a hot split. Peel the backing, and it's that easy to screen print a shirt right inside of your shop. So I'm going to give you a look at that. So very easy to place, very easy to press. That took me 10 seconds. If I would have ordered it in a goof-proof formula, it would have taken me 4 seconds. So you get an idea of how you can control the process, how you can screen print shirts. And the best part is, I'm not done yet. This is one shirt. I could do one of those design elements on the gang sheet on the sleeve placement. It's going to be free ride along for me on the sheet pricing, and I can sell that location for a few bucks, and it takes me 10 seconds to load it and add the location. But in this case, I've imagined the other locations for a smaller garment, so I'm going to decorate more than one shirt with that $3 sheet that we talked about. So I'm going to grab another garment and show you the process of printing smaller size shirts. So we have the 16 by 20 platen loaded. If the challenge is on youth shirts, smaller items like bags, you really don't want to just lay the shirt up here. And when you're heat pressing transfers, one of the big rules is to get a firm pressure, you don't want to use heat printing pillows because that's going to reduce the pressure. It's going to cause washability issues, durability issues. And so in our heat press packages and with our Hotronix heat press systems, we give you a system that allows you to quickly change out these bottom bases with just undoing a lever and loading in a more appropriate size. So it becomes very efficient and very accurate for you to personalize apparel. I mean, you're going to make a lot of money with screen printed transfers, so you're going to be able to afford a high quality heat press that's going to allow you to produce great results to fund your business. But you see how much easier that is where we're just splitting it and loading it, and we're able to get rid of all of the major seams and areas that could be a problem. Now I'm just going to follow the same step where I'm going to preheat for the 4 seconds. I'm going to show you how easy it is just to grab the other piece of the transfer. In this case, we're just using this property of vintage 1983 apparel. So this might be a kid's shirt that rides along with the adult shirt. Position it, you can kind of see the design in the backing paper behind it, and then heat apply. Very quick, very easy. That's one of the best parts about heat printing in general. But if you're just starting in the business, or even if you're growing and you want a way to keep control and be able to print more jobs, screen printed transfers are such a simple way to decorate. So you can see the finish, look, and style there, and I still have one extra print that I can put on another shirt or another item if I want to. So merchandise a lot of different items and make the most of your particular gang sheet. All right, so questions are coming in. We have Jenna working the keyboard. She's going to continue to answer those. I want to talk a little bit more about the designer, show you some of the layouts that are in the designer, and then also we'll go back to the heat press momentarily and show you some of our more exciting ink formulas like ElastiPrints for performance fabrics, and talk a little bit about the opportunities for a new formula we have called AquaTrue, which is a water-based screen print transfer that's just super soft and looks like the stuff that the pros are using, is the stuff that the pros are using. But let's go back to the designer first. So, of course, you can always save jobs, open jobs. This is your login, this is your library. So once you request that free sample pack and set up an account at Transfer Express, or maybe you decide I'm going to buy the marketing kit, that will allow you to get started and have access to this EasyView Design Center. In this case, I'm just going to delete it because I'm not saving anything here. And I'm going to go to the Add Layout button to show you some of the other categories that are in here. So if I go into, let's just look at what's new for 2019. Get rid of that layout number under the search, and you can see some of the latest layouts. These are really cool opportunities for screen printed transfers. So you think of graduation shirts, senior class shirts, any graduating class schools are a huge opportunity. So we have a whole folder here that's dedicated to schools. We have a bestseller folder in schools, and so you can see a lot of more trendy designs and styling of designs. So we are fully equipping you to do all the looks that you're seeing out there in top screen printed apparel on retail sites. So let me move out of the school category a little bit, and let's go into sports. And we're going to go into, let's see, it should be coming up on football season, about to kick off here. So let's go into football. And you can see some of the layouts as well within the particular sport you're interested in. You see layouts that are designed to allow you to sell not only to the players, but the fans. And so same concept. You can drop this if you're smart with it, especially if you're decorating and merchandising to youth apparel. You can create layouts in such a way where they're more horizontal based layouts. And so if you're, the trick is, right, designing with white and black as your print color where you can, And what that will allow you to do is sometimes it'll allow you to gang up two customers' jobs on one sheet. So I'm going to show you an example here of how you would do that. You're able to gang up two jobs, right, and fit two up on one sheet. This could be a completely different job for a completely different school, especially if you're designing in these colors. We have two price grids at Transfer Express, so I'm going to pull down the transfer formula options because I think that's important to look at. When you look at the heat transfer category, you'll see on the website descriptions of all the screen printed transfers, which is primarily what we're talking about today. And when you go into any particular category, it will give you the ability to go down in the product description and download the pricing sheet. So the pricing sheet is split into two categories, depending on whether you're using our artwork from our layouts or you're using custom artwork that you're uploading. And so you can go either way. But Easy Print's pricing basically means that you're using our artwork from the layout. So what I just designed in Heat Press would fall under Easy Print's pricing grid. And you can kind of see the expectation there for pricing based on number of colors and quantity. And then there's a little bit more expensive for Easy Print's Plus pricing, which means you're adding artwork to our system or uploading a custom piece of art that you want us to manufacture, but still very affordable. And the cool thing about this is all of the artwork is included. So you don't have to worry about art setup fees, any setup fees actually, and cost. You just upload your artwork as long as there's not a custom Pantone match or anything like that. This is the price grid that you're operating off of. As you can see here, things start to become really cost effective around your 15-piece quantity in one color and around your 25-piece quantity in two color, 50-piece quantity in three colors. So you can be profitable even at these other prices, but this will give you an idea of where screen printed transfers start to make sense when you're comparing it to, you know, cutting heat transfer vinyl or whatever it may be. But you get great look, feel, great durability with these screen printed transfers. All right, let's just show real quick the heat press packages. So if you're like, this is for me and I want to get started and you don't have a heat press, or maybe you have a heat press and it's not a reliable heat press, if you're serious and want to make a business out of this, you can see this Fusion IQ package would be the one that I recommend. It's available on transferexpress.com. It comes with the machine, comes with the 11x15 attachment. That's what we just used for the youth shirt that I printed. It comes with a 6x10 attachment, which is great for bags or left chest logos for getting those flat. And it also comes with the marketing kit, free shipping, and $150 product credit. So basically everything you need to get started for $26.95. It's a great package. If you prefer a clamshell heat press, there's, you know, heat press packages in here. Let's see, for our max 15x15 package. You know, you can get a whole package as affordable and get started with a high quality heat press for $1,200. That's a 15x15 inch size. So you don't get all the bells and the whistles that the Fusion has, but you get a machine that's totally capable of making you money and you're going to get return on it. I would say after your first 100 shirts, if you're pricing things properly, you should be to profitability after your first 100 shirts, which is typically 3 to 4 jobs. So it can be really lucrative. So with that in mind, let's go. I need to go back to the heat press and start cooling it down because there's the ElastiPrints formula, as we talked about, presses all the way down at 300 degrees. So I'm going to do that for a second, and then we're going to go through a couple more things online before I heat press these garments. So with the Fusion, we have a touchscreen control board. I'm up at 365 degrees. I'm going to switch it and go into the touchscreen and find ElastiPrints. Select that, and it changed it down to 300 degrees, and it'll take a bit of time to cool down the temperature for me. So while we're waiting it to cool, I'm going to show you just a couple more things as we prepare for this job. So the ElastiPrints job that I want to show you is, so you can order ElastiPrints for screen printed transfer designs. A ton of people do it for front placements or normal placements on performance wear. But one of our most popular uses for ElastiPrints is actually the category of screen printed transfer numbers. So this is a unique product offering in that you can order pre-done numbers, already screen printed. This is a 2-color number that comes on a pre-spaced paper. So if I wanted to do number 23, I can line this up side by side on the press, and everything will be pre-aligned, and it's very easy to do. So if you think about doing multicolor numbers with cutting it yourself, it can be kind of complicated with layering and doing outlines and weeding. This is a really easy and efficient way to do your athletic numbering. Now, if you want to just do numbers, it's very easy. You can buy the number packs, and I'll walk you through what that looks like. But you can also get pre-spaced names. And so these are our express names where we produce them for you, we screen print them for you, and basically you'll just order your roster that you want. We'll create them, and then you'll be able to heat apply these so the finish and the formula matches the numbers exactly, rather than trying to combine like a heat transfer vinyl with a screen printed number. This is the way people are doing it. So let's walk you through a couple of those numbering options on the website. So I'm going to navigate back to our names and numbers section across the front. And you can see there's two sections. There's the numbers, and then there's the express names and letters. The letters are like loose letters that you can individually place. Kind of a unique application if you want to do on-site customization and personalization, but let's show you the numbers first. So you can see numbers are sold in a few different ways. It does a pretty nice job of explaining them on the website. So you can get individual number packs of 5 digits. That would be the same digit, just packs of 5. That's a really nice, easy way to get started with it. You can get the express packs, which includes a mix of numbers based on what we've seen for popularity, which includes 60 total numbers. Or you can get the full kits, which contains digits to number 15 teams from 1 to 15. So if you're doing a whole league, or you're going to continue to sell this and you want to order kits, that's the most cost-effective way. Let's just show you the 5-digit packs to start. So you can see every offering has different font selections, but you can see there's a variety of 1-color and 2-color. Let's pick the soccer numbers to take a look at those. And then basically you can just say, give me a pack of 1s, give me a pack of 3s, etc. And it will start to build it for you. Of course, after you say what you want and select your font, you need to select the size. So let's go with a 6-inch number, and it will show you the available colors. Let's do some white numbers, and you can see I have a unit price of $1.25 for a 5-pack of numbers. So basically it's going to cost me at that 6-inch size a quarter a digit. So pretty cost effective for doing that. Let's take a look at the 2-color, just so I can give you exactly what the numbers that I have in front of me cost. I believe they are 8-inch numbers, just glancing at them. Let's go with the basic black and white. And you can see a 5-pack would be $2.60, so about 52 cents. Not about, exactly. How about that, Joe? I'm really good with my quick math today. All right, so you can see 52 cents per digit, but keep in mind that is a 2-color digit that is ready to place and press, so it's saving you a ton of labor. You can order them when you need them. Numbers 1 to 15, 5-packs, larger kits, all possible with our express names and numbers. So with that in mind, we're going to head over to the heat press and apply these down. So in order to do this particular jersey, I'm going to change back to my 16 by 20 attachment, because we're going to be doing the back numbering and name all at the same time. Again, this is the ElastiPrints ink formula. I'm going to split and thread my garment on. Transfer Express has a line of apparel that's available on the website. This is one of those garments, so it includes a nice variety of t-shirt styles and jersey styles as well. And let's start with a preheat. Now the ElastiPrints formula, let's presses for 300 degrees, 15 seconds, and it's a cold peel. I'm doing the number 23, so I'm just going to position it on the garment. Going to line up my numbering. Just register those. And then I will position my name down. And then again, no cover sheet needed, and we'll heat apply for 300 degrees, 15 seconds. It is a cold peel, so after it's been applied, I'm just going to remove it from the press. Cool thing is it is just a single step application for any screen printed transfer that we sell. So you never have to worry about placing it back on the press after it's been applied, regardless of whether it's a hot or a cold peel. So carefully remove that from the press, lay it on the table, and I'm going to start working my heat press down because I want to show you, as we prepare to peel that one, a formula called AquaTrue. Now AquaTrue presses down at 275 to 280 degrees. And I have a similar job that I'm bringing over to the heat press that we're going to press. I'm going to do a jersey, load that on. Into place, and you'll see we're leveraging the gang sheeting again. So AquaTrue is a little bit different. It is a water-based ink, so it's going to give you a super soft feel on the garment. It's still a spot color technology, which means you're going to pay per color in quantity. It's on a clear backing, and so that's a little different. You can see through it for alignment, but you can still gang up images. So in this case, we're doing the volleyball jersey, so I'm going to cut apart the small logos. Again, we're making use of our space available on the sheet. That same idea applies across any transfer type. And I actually need to reference my application instructions. There's so many formulas here to be able to look at AquaTrue. So 280 degrees, 12 seconds, medium pressure, and a hot peel. So we'll position the design. Now for the construction of this jersey, the design fits. In hindsight, I wish I would have designed this just a little bit smaller because it's getting pretty close to the seam structure here. Pretty thin seam, so I think we'll be okay. But I just want to point that out. Keep in mind your jersey size when you're creating your design sizes because that definitely makes a difference. But it's what I have, and so we're going to give it a go. Going to go to 12 seconds on the control board, so just make that adjustment. I've already completed my preheat. And we're going to lock the machine down. Now, I am at 296 degrees. We're running a little bit over on time, so I'm not going to wait the 4 to 5 minutes for it to cool down to 280, because I believe I will have success up at this 295 degrees. And again, this is a hot peel. The backing practically falls away, and I have a completed design. Now, another nice thing about the press is I can spin my garment on the press when I have it loaded, which helps to speed up production. And AquaTrue also comes in some stock numbering sizes, where I'm going to do a preheat here for a few seconds. It's a really thin garment, but then I'll be able to bring in my number, position it down, and then press for the recommended application. So AquaTrue can have a dye block formula on it as well. So if you're dealing with a polyester garment that has a lot of bleeding issues, it can have a charcoal-based backing, like what you'll see here on the back of the design, and that'll help prevent those dyes from bleeding through. So it's used a lot in athletic numbering. It's a really nice product for that. Very quick, very easy to apply, and I know you can't feel it through the screen, but I mean, it just feels buttery soft. It has a really nice texture to it. You like the buttery example? Joe's laughing at me, but I'm telling you, this feels really soft on the garment, really lightweight, so it's a perfect product for decorating these performance polyesters. It checks all the boxes that you would be interested in. So we're going to come back over to the ElastiPrints formula that has been applied, and it's definitely cooled down by now. And so we'll complete our cold peel on our name and also our number. And you can see the finished result. Very quick, very easy to do, two-color name and number in a matter of seconds at the heat press. So that's the power of screen printed transfers. So I'm telling you, if you're just starting, or if you're growing your business and you're like, gosh, I can't do any more and I really want to grow this business, I'm out of time, screen printed transfers are a viable solution. All you really need to do is put some minimum order quantities in place so people aren't trying to order 1 or 2 shirts, but really chase after good business, good quantity size runs, that sort of 15 to really 1,500 if you wanted to, but the sweet spot's like 15 to 150 sheet size runs for screen printed transfers. And you can do that all day with a quality heat press, whether that's into the school market, the business or corporate market, whether that's in the athletic market. There's a ton of opportunities. So to get started, visit the link that's on the screen, request the sample pack, just apply these things with your existing heat press. Make sure you have a quality heat press. We have some packages for you, and start making money with Transfer Express. Thanks for watching.